Hello, welcome to Fo's Journey Across the Bridge. I'm Fozia. Thought I would come out tonight and do a video and see if I can share a word. Of course, it's been a while, and it's never my intention to stay away this far. But as last time I was not successful in sharing the video that I had, I think it was due to copyrights and stuff like that. So I kind of needed to readjust and see how I can continue to share with you guys tools for healing. So I kind of feel like I need to write my own healing book. That way I can come on here and share with you guys the steps and the tools that I have used and I've been using to heal, right? So we're not gonna stop doing the I'm not going to stop doing the healing series because I think it's very important to share my perspective because I know that it has worked for me. And if I can at least help one other person to be able to begin their healing journey, then I am more than willing to do that. And so let's do our 3 deep breaths before we get started. I kind of in the last week, this last week or so, I've been praying and just asking for guidance, realizing I've been away for a bit. So I was like, God, I want to get back and continue doing the healing series and do these videos and share them and allow others to be able to take the tools and help themselves. And I was like, God, can you please guide me as to how to reintroduce again, how to come back out here and do a reconnect video before I continue with creating more videos. So I haven't fully received what is it that I'm going to speak about today, and what I'm willing and allowing myself to do at this moment is to be inspired and to just take the steps of coming on and doing the video, and at the same time to be courageous enough to say that the message will flow through me. And so, and if not, I will not share it. But if you are seeing this video, just know that I am trusting in the process, and I've been getting this nudge and this pull to continue doing the healing series video and share it with you guys. And so I was like, even though I don't know which direction, I'm gonna come out and do it. So I'm gonna take 3 deep breaths and see where that takes us. So please join me in taking 3 deep conscious breaths, okay? The thing I like about taking conscious deep breaths is it really centers me, and I always say that, and I'm so glad that I continue to still do them, right? Because I find that when I do come on and I'm doing the videos, my nerves kind of kick in, and then I'm either talking too fast or my breathing is too heavy, and I just want to center myself, and I want to speak from a place of just being fully grounded and being centered within myself, and just speak from, I want to say, like, from my belly. And that's so interesting that that thought came to my to mind, because as I have been doing research and learning about how when you experience trauma, how your brain can go through all these different trauma responses that then can result in you behaving in a certain type of way. And also, as you heal, learning that you don't only use your mind, but that you also use your heart. But just to also understand that our gut, our stomach, our center of our body is also very it's a big participant in terms of how we make decisions, right? Like when you get a gut feeling, you get that pull in your tummy, you are getting a confirmation, like a definite confirmation, whether you should or shouldn't, is based on how you are training your nervous system. Once it's, for me at least, because I had to retrain my stomach, my guts, the ability to understand what my guts were telling me. I had to retrain that because I feel like I lost it through the trauma and the trauma responses that had came after. So just knowing from your gut, like what feels good, knowing if something is right for you and trusting that. So not only your mind, your heart, but also your gut. Trust your gut. And so you have the three of them present and participating in the decisions that we're making, right? So if we feel like, I have all these thoughts running through my mind, and if it's fear-based, then go to your heart and try to see how your heart is showing up, and what is your heart telling you? Is your heart telling you, such a decision is the right thing for you or not? But then sit back in your belly, like fully sit within yourself. And that's something that you can recognize when you're doing, because when you're fully sitting within yourself, you'll be at peace, and you can feel the heaviness like in your backside. You can feel how you're fully just sitting in the chair, and you're just grounded within yourself. And at the same time, one way to know that you're still having a lot of healing that you need to do is when you're finding it hard to sit still within yourself, because you just like you begin to, and then all of a sudden you realize that you got to get up and do something, or you got to find something to distract yourself, or so it's almost like that fullness that you are starts to shrink, and then it just kind of flows around your body, and it's not fully taking up space. So when you are healing and doing the work and reclaiming all that you are, then you fully sit within your body, so you can feel your energy, your presence within every inch of you. Like you feel it in your toes, right? You feel it in your elbow, you feel it on your shoulders, you feel it everywhere. You feel your full being within yourself. And one way that I can say as a tool that really helps is if you want to know if you are taking up your own full space within you, is you can practice with your breath work. You can send your breath, and you can send this energy to your toes as you take in this deep breath. So when you take in the deep breath, as you're holding your breath, send this awareness to your toes and see how far it can go. See if it can go all the way to your toes and you can feel it there. Same thing, and if it's getting stuck in your knee or getting stuck in your calf, or just find out where the energy is. When I'm taking deep breath, is the energy flowing to my shoulders? Is it going through my arms? Do I feel it in my fingers? And so send your awareness while you're taking this deep breath to just kind of like do a scan of where is energy being stuck in my body. Because part of your healing is also to know, am I fully present in my body? Do I have energy stuck in my body? And what is that energy? Is it due to a trauma? Is it due to some kind of experience? What is the emotion that I have pushed down that's now, it could be sitting in your hip or sitting somewhere. So when you are taking deep breaths and you're sending your awareness all over your body, that also allows you to identify where the work needs to happen, where the healing needs to happen. So breath work is very, very beneficial. And I know that there are services out there that assist you with conscious breath work. So I would say look into that, because I feel like we don't understand, because when we're breathing, we're alive, right? But to consciously recognize your breath, to consciously know what it does for you and how it keeps you fully engaged within your own body and be present within yourself, you'll be very empowered. Okay, so, and there's a practice as well that where people use their breath work just to, instead of not feeling the pain, allowing the breath work to move the energy of the pain so you can release it from you, right? And as the energy moves rather than being stuck, it's going to be healed. That energy is going to have this air that it deserved, that it had deserved from beginning, this attention that it needed, this presence that it needed. And then as energy comes, energy goes, it will flow out of you in due time. Continue to do the breath work. And there was a thought I just had. Yeah, so do your breath work. Yes, so it's like if you're feeling very cold and you're out somewhere and you're cold, instead of contracting your muscles and just being all tense, to consciously take power in what you can do in that very moment, other than contract your muscles because they're naturally cold, so you're kind of shrinking, but rather to just to consciously breathe, and you're breathing deep breath, so you're regulating your body temperature to match the temperature that's around you. So you're warming your own body, you're creating your own heat. So breath work is very important. And so I would advise that you use that tool to assist you to get the energy that are stuck in your body to move around, so you can have the awareness of those emotions and be able to heal and release them. And some emotions you won't even have to write about or like even sit with. Sometimes they just need to be released because they have served their purpose. They have served their purpose. They've come to the expiration date. There's nothing else to do other than just to release them, to get them moving and to release them. So I pray that you consciously use breath to help you to move emotions that are stuck out of your system. And I was watching a video shared on Instagram, and the person was talking about how when we begin the process of healing, how it's almost like it's like a camping bag or like a tent. So you kind of like you open the zippers and you kind of like open to see what's inside. And of course, because what we're seeing, if we don't have the right tools, can be so terrifying, we just zip it right back up and we close it, so we're not ready to face it. So I would say look for tools, look for books, look for videos of the specific topic that you feel like you want to address or that you have the strength to address. Do it one at a time. Look for counselors, look for therapists, look for people that are in the industry or have studied this or have even if it's, because study is like either academically or just in life. So just look for the right people and pray to be connected with the right people to assist you one step at a time. And some people will come and it will be just a season that they're in your life, so they will just get you over to the one side, help you cross the street, right? Something as simple as that, because sometimes even such an action could be so difficult, right? Imagine if you're terrified of cars, or if you're terrified of traffic, or you're terrified of, just going across the street. It could be due to a trauma. And I'm using it in a terms of like, it could be literally, but it could also just be figuratively. So it's like, whether you have seen such an accident and now you can't ever cross a road by yourself, or that's what it feels like going from point A to point B. And if you need a tool in terms of a healthy tool, or even a support of someone to help you cross the street, I would say go for that, seek that, because there's that aspect of you that's waiting for you on the other side. There's that next chapter of your life that is waiting on the other side. So I would say look for the support. I would say go one step at a time. No matter how small it is significant, because anything that you heal now, generations before are going to have that healed, and generation after. And if that doesn't inspire you, just know that one small grain of difference that you make will make your life better, will empower you to continue to keep going forward. And you'll surprise yourself to see how far you can go by just doing that one thing. So what can I give as an example for, because there's so much that we can do healing in. So it doesn't have to be, huge traumatic events. It could just It could be no matter what's causing you to be stuck in a certain space or not even fully present in your body, right? So let me give an example of just how, in terms of when you do heal yourself and when you are doing your healing work, the kind of clarity that you have to be able to fully connect with your source, to connect with God, to have this understanding and to receive guidance. So the last few months or so, I've just been like, I've been feeling this need and desire to just socialize, right? God, I want to socialize. I want to go and hang out with a group of people that are like-minded, and I want to share good food and have good music, and I want to be able to, it's kind of like at this very moment, it's coming to my realization. It's like having this, it's like this new, fully, not even found me, but this discovering of all that I am now. I want to just, it's like I want to take her out, and I want to just, I want her to experience all that I am, all that we are. And so every time I try to come up with this great plan, okay, long weekend coming up, I'm going to do this. And I have all this build up excitement of like, I'm going to do this. And so if I'm being a bit hard-headed, then I would get this like, I would receive this a no in the form of like, okay, I have certain bills to pay, I can't go now. And then I'll be like, okay, next time. And then just these grand ideas of like, I want to do this, I want to go there, I want to do all this different stuff. And I'm met with this, not now, not now. And this not now, I was like, you know, I want to, why not now? Why not now? So I was kind of like, just taking it as it came. Okay, not now. Okay, next weekend. Not now, next month. And then I just got to the place where I was like, all right, I got the message. I got the message. And I don't actually know or understand when is this great adventure that I'm going to experience. Of course, I feel it, and maybe I was trying to respond too prematurely, right? And so it goes back to being able to understand the information that's coming in. So what does that have to do with healing? If I was in the space where I used to be, no matter how long ago it was, where I responded out of ego, or I responded out of like pushing or forcing to make things happen, then I wasn't really fully centered in allowing myself to be guided. But at the same time, what was I trying to prove? What need was I trying to serve, right? What was the itch? And so I had to make sure at the same time, it wasn't like, you know, of course I was bored, but what else could I do to find or to give myself joy, rather than needing to go out there and do all these different things that I assume would bring me joy, right? So it was almost like, feel the energy of joy that's flowing through me, and just let that be enough for now before projecting it into a manifestation of a certain action or an experience. And so healing and understanding when I'm operating from a space of ego, or I'm trying to feed this the wounded inner child, or trying to say, yeah, we are, it's almost like, was it a distraction that I was looking for? Was it something that was supposed to come up that I needed to face? Or was it something in me that needed my attention that I was then going to distract myself? Okay, let me go do all these different things, and then it's like, ooh, and then before you know, you come down crashing, realizing you still have to face this. So sure enough, just a couple of days ago, where I was watching this beautiful video that I felt like mirrored me so much, and I just started bawling. I was just crying, and I realized at that very moment was I still had things I needed to release, right? So that was an energy that was coming up, and instead of catching it, and I think I was just busy in general. I was busy going to work. I was busy, you know, trying to catch the bus. I was busy taking my car to get fixed, or I was just busy doing groceries, taking kids to the activities. And it was just, I wasn't making time for me. And then sure enough, I realized I was like, okay, I need some me time, because my body, my mind, all my energy was telling me I needed to come in. You know, like at night when people get their cats or their dogs, animals to come in because they were in the yard, or it's time to kind of people have farms, they put their, you know, cattle and everything in the barn or whatever. It was time to come in. So I needed to come in. I wasn't doing enough of a daily, I wasn't doing I didn't realize that I had stopped doing a daily self-care of just recentering with myself. Here I am, I'm fully in my body, I'm listening. And so it was myself calling out to me. And so my thing was, I didn't have enough time and I didn't make the time. And then it was like, well, maybe I'm just looking to have this type of excitement. I didn't take the time to get to know what was it that myself was needing from me. I instead thought if I just, you know, do more of other things, that would be what I needed. But that wasn't the case. So that's why it's important to do a daily check in with yourself. How are you? Are we good? What's going on? And not be so pulled by the world around you, because though you can pray for things that are going wrong for the world, there's only so much you can do, and you can always do more when you are fully your best version of you. So checking in with you and seeing what you need and how you can be there for you is part of the healing. And understanding that when yourself is calling and calling, it's not to delay responding. Make the time, even if it's 5 minute conscious breathing, go for a walk, center yourself, find the time to just connect with you, and not with doing like watching videos or trying to be listening to music. Just silence with your own thoughts, with your own presence, with your own energy, and then allow yourself to be centered. Because when you are not doing that enough, you don't get your own messages, you don't get your own, the urges that you are having are going to pull you from needing to check in and see what needs your attention right now, right? So I would say it's very important to do that. And then it allows you also to make better decisions, because imagine if I just kept looking for external joys that I was using as a distraction. I wasn't then listening to the part of me that needed my attention, that needed me to release those emotions, and at the same time not make those decisions in terms of, let me go socialize left and right, because that's already something that I'm not fully choosing to align with. So why do I think I need to do that? So it's a very good thing to realize about yourself, right? To realize like, hey, I'm trying to do so much right now. What am I running from? What am I trying to distract myself from? What am I avoiding? What needs my attention that I'm not giving time to? So I would just say, don't delay it. Make it daily so that you stay in that habit. I'm saying that to you guys, but I'm also saying that to myself. Connect with yourself. And just having listened and said, okay, God, I'm not supposed to be doing all these different things. You have my attention. From that, I feel like I already received the clarity in terms of why myself was seeking my attention. So the message was even bigger. And I think the inner child was probably running away from the message that I needed to receive, is because it terrifies her. It terrifies her to kind of like face things from our past. It's like the furthest we went away from it, the safer she felt. But then we gave up aspects of ourselves because we kept going further and further away and denying all that we are. So by acknowledging that I am that, like those realizations are my experiences, but I'm still that. Even though I've experienced this pain, I cannot deny and reject aspects of me. So when I claim and stand fully with those aspects of me, even though it was scary for my inner child. It wasn't like a forced thing that had happened, but it was, let me go see what this is and then be able to release it. So it's being a teamwork with all aspects of you. And that's what happens when you were fragmented and then all aspects of you come back together for you to be whole. There's still different things that all those different aspects that were rejected or denied need to heal. And so as you're healing one area, another area will need your attention soon, and then so on and so forth. And just not rejecting yourself, and also being patient with certain aspects of you that are not ready to face, certain experiences. Like one part of you can say, I'll go ahead and I'll see what this is. I'll go find out for us if this is as bad as we had first perceived it when we were kids. And then when that aspect goes and heals it, then it brings that information and that soothing and that growth to all aspects of ourselves, right? That's just my experience right now. It may be different for someone else, but to give you guys those tools to understand that there might be a part of you that might not be strong enough to heal or face a certain experience, past experience, but you should know that you have other aspects of you that may be ready to say, I'll take the lead. This is how you're being a team player again, where you're coming back together and fully serving as one, right? So I said a mouthful, and I hope in my allowing myself to just let information flow through me that I've said something that is of benefit. And like I always say, I'm just speaking to myself, and I'm sharing tools hopefully to assist in a way that can allow you guys to do your own healing. And I am looking forward to continue doing this. I will not stop. I have to say that even when I had first started doing this, I was realizing how healing it is for me to do these open conversations and to be able to just share out loud what I'm going through and how I have overcome certain pains and certain experiences in my life. So know how worthy you are. Know that your purpose on earth is beneficial. Know that you have come to serve. Know that, and no matter what section of the planet you are serving in, that it is significant. Your light matter. I hope you stand in your light. I hope that you fully own your light. I hope that you no longer dim your light. And I understand why we've done it before. I understand we have done it so we can stay small so others don't hurt us. Okay, but know how powerful you are. Know how powerful your light is. For one person who does not like your light, there's 100 people who need it. There are 100 people who need it. And everywhere you go, you are serving God. God works through you, and you are important. You are significant. The work you are here to do is significant. Stand in your own light. Don't stand in someone else's light. Don't try to dim someone else's light so your light can be seen. Don't stay in your own lane. Don't try to climb into someone else's lane. You'll go nowhere. You'll realize you'll get to the end of the race and then realize you didn't win anything because it was never your race. Stay in your lane. Pursue what speaks to you. You know who you are. You know what you have come to do. It is in the center and the core of who you are. Don't dim your light. And I've realized in the last few weeks or months that I want and I feel peace when I speak in a way that I don't try to say, don't let others do this to you, or don't let others dim your light. To me, it's like I want to stay more in the space of encouraging and empowering rather than pointing fingers and said somebody did it. Okay, we all have done things. So someone did do something. Someone is doing something. But if we can just stand and saying stuff that is more like stand in your own light, right? Don't dim your own light, no matter what is the external projecting or causing you to experience. Stand in your own light, stand in your own lane, and trust that the same power of God that created you and brought you on this planet is the same power of God that's going to allow you to serve your purpose. You are purposeful. And it's not just something you say to inspire someone. It is the bottom line. Each one of us have a bit of God in us. Okay, so I don't give you your value, nor can I take it away from you. You have value in yourself. I'm just giving my light a shine so you can see the glimpse of that. I'm just saying what I know to be true. If I think that of me, then why do I not then think that of other people? I'm not the only special, and I am special. We are all special. There isn't one person on earth who's better than anyone else. There is not a single person who's better than anyone else. Everyone has a journey. Everyone has a purpose. So if we focus more on just empowering ourselves and doing the best that we can in our healing work, but also in being present in who we are, then we are serving God's purpose, right? And trusting that the same light and the same faith and the same reason you are here is gonna be the same power that moves you forward. So thank you for having tuned in. I am Fauzia. I am on my journey across the bridge where I'm healing myself, going from my mind to my heart. I am centering in my core, in the belly of my gut, anchoring firmly within me, within who I know I am. I'm not anchoring in anything or anyone except God. I do not want to anchor in anything or anyone except God. Not on objects, not on materialistic stuff, not on other human beings. I am very, very, like, I love the people that are in my life. I value the people that are in my life. I refuse to anchor myself to anyone. I anchor myself to God. And from that, I can move where God wants me to move. I can go where God wants me to go. And I'm sufficient because I always receive what I need from God. That well of love and is being poured directly to me from God. And that's sufficient for me. Okay? So find tools that assist you to do your healing. If you are feeling stuck, it is because something in you needs healing. If you're feeling confused, there is energy in your body that needs to move around so you can have a better understanding. Pray about it. Ask to understand what's the confusion. Where is it coming from? So thank you again for tuning in and take care of yourself. I will continue to do the healing series, and I will continue to find specific steps and specific emotions that we can come and we can uncover, and how we can go through the healing of the wound together. I'm just doing it my way. I know that there are experts who have studied in terms of the mind and the neuro and psychology and strength and muscle and body and how it flows, all of those things, and I learn and I pull from them. And also just understanding that we are on this planet, so we have to take space on this planet, right? We have to earn so we can do the exchange of, like, I buy this and then I pay you this. This is part of this experience as well. So just understanding all of that and how that flows and being present with that. So I'm doing it my way because it may not be significant to everyone, and I'm okay with that. I'm just here to make sure that if I feel guided to do this, if I feel guided to do a healing series and to offer people my perspective on how I am healing from my past wounds, then I'm going to do it. And I don't have to do it in a way that makes sense to everyone. I'm just going to do it in a way that naturally flows through me. And from that, I'm going to trust that's enough. So thank you. I am Fauzia, and you are viewing me on my journey across the bridge from my mind to my heart. I'm returning home to the center of who I am. And I pray that you are doing the same for yourself. So take care for now. Until next time on the healing series. Bye-bye.